morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah, this is Brown Family Goods, and today I thought we'd just spend the day together. Today's a good day to get a couple of things done that I need to get done. My first stop this morning is here at Walmart because I need to get a few things. Alan has a birthday in a couple of days, so I have a couple of odds and ends that I need to pick up for that. I know that I want to make him a pineapple dream cake. He sent me the recipe for that a few weeks ago, so I thought this is the perfect opportunity to make that for his birthday. So I'll do that in a few days and you'll see that in a separate video. Today I need to pick up the supplies for that, a card, some gift wrap, all those type of things, so that I can do the things for his birthday in a few days. In addition to that, in today's video, we are going to clean up the front porch. It really needs some sprucing. It was a long winter, and I don't think that even last year I really put my porch together. We were so busy starting the new business last year, I did not really do much sprucing around the house. This year, things need a little bit more attention than they usually do. I've got a little bit of cleaning to do on the porch, but I also wanted to do a quick project when we get home, and that is going to be to make some simple slipcover type pillowcases to go on my front porch pillows. So I have lots of pillows that I have used out there over the years, just ones that I've picked up from like Walmart and things, you know, the outdoor pillows, very inexpensive, but they're all really faded at this point. The other day I did grab some fabric for those, and I'll show you exactly how I sew those. I'm not a sewing expert, but I have done my fair share of sewing projects over the years. I like to sew, I just don't have all that many things to sew all the time. So I'll show you how these little quick pillowcases come together really simply and without a whole lot of expert knowledge on sewing. So anyway, first of all, I'm going to run in here to Walmart and grab my things that I need, and then we'll get home and get started on that. Okay, I just got back from the store and I got all the things that I need for the next few days. You know how it is. Now I'm ready to start on some of my little projects that I want to do. I grabbed some thread while I was at Walmart. I'll show you the fabric that I'm going to use for my pillow covers. I just grabbed this like little gingham one and this green one. Now these are not necessarily like outdoor fabrics. They had some other ones that were like sturdier fabrics, more like home decor fabrics for curtains or upholstery, things like that. I just went for these because these are going to be on my front porch. They're probably going to last for a season. I'm going to spray them with Scotch Guard when I put them outside or once I get them on the pillows and everything. But that's about all I'm going to do for them. They'll just be there as long as they look cute. And then once they stop looking cute out there, then I'll take them off and toss them. Inexpensive is what I was going for. I told you the other day that this table is the catch-all here in the kitchen, so I need to get it cleared off. That way I can actually put my sewing machine on it, cut the fabric and things of that nature, have a little room to spread out. This is my sewing machine. Just a basic Singer Simple. And this is all I have ever used. I have made so many things with this over the years. Never really needed anything more. So this is my box full of craft stuff. This is usually, I just store it upstairs along with my sewing machine there. Okay, so things I'm gonna need today, some bobbins. I'm gonna need some pins, straight pins. Here they are. I am going to need some scissors. They look like they have stuff on them. I may have another pair of those. Those look kind of dirty or waxy or something. My measuring tape. That should be it for now. I did buy a couple things of thread that match my fabrics that I chose. So I'll load up the bobbins with that. What I'm going to do is run out and bring in one of the pillows that I am going to be covering. That way I can measure it and see exactly what size pillow covers I need to make. So let me go grab one of those. So first thing we need to do is measure the pillow that we're going to be covering. I have 4 of these. They're all the same exact size, so I can make, you know, just duplicates of what I need. So I'm just going to measure over the top of the pillow from the seam on the side to the other seam on the seam on the other side. So I have about 16.5 inches. So I really think it's 16 inches, not 16.5. Yeah, 16 inches. And I do in fact have another pair of scissors that is better than the ones that were in my box. For the width this way, we're going to do just the size of the pillow, 16 inches. It's literally on this fold. And for the length of the pillow, in order to be able to wrap it around on itself, you need, so we have 16 inches. We're going to double it, and then we're going to add 5 inches. Now we have to get out another important sewing tool, the iron. Yep. So I'm going to get my iron on, and I'm just going to iron all these pieces of fabric down flat. Okay, the crazy thing is my sewing machine has been sitting so long. I need to clean it before I can even put fabric across it. Look at the dust. Yeesh. Look at the dust. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're going to be back on the iron. I have all of the edges. I said serged, but really all I did was a zigzag stitch on the edges of each piece of fabric. And I probably didn't need to do them on the short edges because we are going to fold over and hem these, but I did them. I did them anyway. I need to put some water in my iron so it'll actually steam, because it does a lot better job if it steams. So I'll show you what we're going to do next to all of these, and that is to make a nice hem on the short edges of the fabric. So all I'm going to do, and I'm going to do all of these at the same time. I'm going to go through and iron them all and pin them all at the same time, and then I'll go back and sew the short edge of the hem. But first I'm just going to fold. I do like to use my little measure, that way I get the right size hem. So first we're going to fold 1 inch down, and the great thing about the plaid fabric, it has lines. You can very easily see where you need to be folding. So anyway, what I'm going to do is press it down 1 inch first, and then I'm going to go back and fold the edge under a little bit again and make about 1/2 inch seam. 1 inch hem, and now I'm going to go back and fold under the edge of the 1 inch and make a 1/2 inch hem. And I'm going to take my straight pins and pin along here. That way I can, it'll stay in place until we get ready to sew it. Always put your pins where they will be easy to remove as you go along. That's a lesson you have to learn a couple of times. I mean, I mess up on mine every single time I sew something, and I end up having to take the pins out and reposition them because I haven't really thought through what I'm doing. At the very end of doing zigzag stitching on the edges, the thread I was working with ran out. So what I have decided, since I have one open bobbin, I'm going to use green for both of them, because this kind of has some green in it too, and that was just what I literally just decided. So sounds like a plan, right? Okay, so I'm going to fill this bobbin with my green thread. That's pretty simple procedure here. Oh, okay, you know what I have decided though this time? Now working with my sewing machine, I need my glasses. I can't see a darn thing. Okay, so just pop it on the bobbin hook here, and we are going to run it through the old tensioner right there. That's what we do. See, I'm remembering as I go because I cannot remember what the heck. Okay, and then back over here, and then back over here into the bobbin. Okay, yes, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. And then clip that into place. Let's see what we get. Let's see if it's gonna do right. Oh yeah, it's perfect. We'll just fill the bobbin. So what's up next is now to sew those hems that we put there. We're going to sew along that. So let's do one together here. First, you lay your fabric out on your table. You want the right side up. And we're going to first mark the center of the length of the fabric. This one's 35 now. So that'll be 17.5 for the center. I'm just going to place a pin then at 17.5. That's right there where that like dips in just a little bit. And we're going to do this on the top and the bottom. First, we'll take this side and fold it over. I want from the pin to the fold to be the size of my pillow form divided by 2 minus a 1/2 inch. So for me, my pillow form was 16 inches, remember? So divided by 2 is 8, minus a 1/2 inch, 7.5 inches. So from here to the fold, we want this to be 7.5 inches, and we will adjust the fabric to meet that. It doesn't matter how much you have on this side, you just want from the pin to the fold to be the correct length, 7.5 inches. So that's that, and check the bottom as well because it may be slightly different. Where's my pin? The edge down here is not straight at all. 7.5. I need to fold that over just a little bit, 7.5 inches. So this I need to just inch, just a barely over, 7.5 inches. So that looks good there. So the same thing applies here. You want from this time, we want from the pin to the other edge to be 7.5 inches as well. And that's how we get the overlap there that you want. Okay, this needs to back up some. Now I have this all pinned along the way here. So it's time to sew it, and this one will be done. And I'm very excited because we're nearing the finish line on these. This is not a hard project at all. In fact, it's been kind of fun, but I am ready to be done because I would like to get on to the porch and clean up a little bit today too. So hopefully I still have time for that. It's only 1:20 right now, so I should still have plenty of time for that. I got to go down and check on the chickens and all that other stuff too. So anyway, yeah, I'm already moving on to the next thing when I still have this one and 2 others left to do. So I better just put my head down and work on these for a little bit. Might have taken me 2 hours to do these. But I was kind of figuring as I went, I could probably do 4 more of them in about an hour because now I have it all figured out. You know how that is with a project. You're kind of feeling your way through in the beginning. I'm going to get all of these turned out, and then I'll run outside and pop them on the pillows, and we'll see how they look out there. And then we're going to get busy on cleaning the porch. It really needs a little refreshing before we put our nice new pillows out and all that. I'm going to do the Scotchgard. I know that this can of Scotchgard is at least 15 years old. I know that it is because I remember moving it when Alan and I first got married. I remember moving this to Texas from Tennessee. So we had a few cans then because he's a clearance shopper, or he certainly was at that time. And I feel certain he got these on clearance at some point. So this is the last can of the Scotchgard, so hopefully I have enough to do my pillow covers. So we're going to knock those out, and then we're just going to leave them in the sun so that they can dry. I grabbed my broom and I grabbed the whatever this thing is for the ceiling. Also grabbed some Mr. Clean. I was going to use the penolin, whatever it is, the pine one, but I'm out of it. I only have the really scented one, so that's not really ideal for out here. anyway, it'll be fine to use just some Mr. Clean or something. So what I'm going to do is basically take most of the stuff off. I can't move that wood box by myself, but I may try to inch it out of the way at least. And I'm just going to start, after I take the things off, top to bottom basically, because I don't know if you can see this. Let me turn my camera a hair over here. Things look clean through the camera view, but it's just really dirty. You know what I mean? Covered in pollen and kind of dusty stuff, and especially like the windowsills and things like that. So it all needs to be cleaned, and that's what I'm gonna do.